Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers animated podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
And today we are continuing our journey through Transformers Animated with Episode 11, Lost and Found.
It's not an ambitious title.
No.
It's more exciting.
We still haven't found what we're looking for.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they kind of find what they're looking for, or at least one of them does, except it just makes everybody else think he's crazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Add gaslighting to the list of Megatron's crimes.
And we open on the moon.
Transformers, holding me Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots wage the battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, all in vain. Transformers, justice goes again.
Or sorry, I guess I should do the credits. Yeah, this first aired March 1st, 2008. Written by Rich Fogel, who also previously wrote Total Meltdown and will go on to write several more episodes. And yeah, we open on the moon with what I'm pretty sure is the first teaser for the first Transformers movie.
Yes, there's moonquakes.
But with David Kaye doing the voice of one of the NASA guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the only warning we would ever get.
That Michael Bay was making a Transformers movie.
I remember when that trailer got you so excited. Oh, those heady days of over a decade ago.
I remember when I was just excited to have a phone with a little 2-inch screen that I could stream the trailer on. And I would show it to people whether they wanted to see it or not.
Oh, jeez. I haven't been able to do that since this year. Oh.
You're a regular Captain Fan Zone.
Yeah.
Do you have a big dial on your cell phone too?
That's not till next episode, isn't it?
No, that isn't until next episode. Although he is briefly in this episode.
Yeah, I kind of remembered him being in more episodes, but we'll get to that next time.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's some recent seismic activity going on the moon, and it turns out it's because Starscream crashed the ship into it.
Good job.
Which just made me think about science and, wait, are there moonquakes? I mean, there have to be moonquakes when, a meteor hits it if it's big enough. But under normal circumstances...
I think the moon was seismically active at one point. That's like the seas on the moon, or the mare, are like old lava fields.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is just, well, that would have had to been really early because it doesn't have an iron core and it's not as hot. I mean, unless you believe crazy Japanese theories that there's a moon bunny that eats lava and stuff.
Oh, you mean from Beast Wars 2?
Yeah.
No, I mean from Ultraman.
Anyway, I'm looking this up, and apparently moonquakes are a thing. I guess the Apollo astronauts left seismometers there, and they do happen, but they're very, mild.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because there's no plate tectonics.
Right.
So this also, I mean, I guess they don't end up with a moon base like they did in Armada, but it did make me think of, how Armada sort of established the idea of the Decepticons having a moon base.
I mean, the
Autobots had two. They could afford to give the Decepticons one.
That's fair. But theirs is on Earth, and I don't know if that's a plus or a minus.
Yeah, I don't think the Autobots have ever had a base on the moon.
The Earth's moon. They haven't had one on Earth's moon.
Right. Yeah. The Minicons had one in the Armada Dreamwave comics. And the Decepticons were there on the Armada cartoon. And I guess the Vok had one of the moons of Earth back on Beast Wars.
Well, that's kind of cheating. Technically, the Marvel Comics had a moon base in that they parked Fort Max there.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Oh, right. During that period everyone forgets about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of late Budiansky, it all kind of runs together.
Yeah. That and the Space Hikers.
Anyway, much as happens in the Transformers trailer, something squooshes this lunar rover. And the picture cuts out, and it turns out it is Lugnut and Blitzwing, who we last saw in the pilot.
Though
They're so good.
this lunar rover is much cuter than the one in the movie.
I mean, the one in the movie was like the actual thing, whereas this is a kind of goofy cartoon one.
Adorable. That's one thing I'm really appreciating this time through a little more, I think, is all the adorable cartoony robots.
Yes. So yeah, for a quick refresher here, Blitzwing has 3 personalities. One sort of icy and Germanic, one angry and Germanic, and one crazy.
And Germanic.
Yes.
The 3 forms of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
I was gonna say, let's not mince words. The fiery and Germanic one is just an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah.
Down to kind of the gap in his teeth.
It really is.
And Lugnut is like a step above, like usually every Transformers cartoon has the one Decepticon who's always loyal to Megatron. And Lugnut is that to the nth degree because he kind of worships Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
So good.
And also he's not very bright, all in all.
I mean, it's less that he's not bright, it's just that he's incredibly single-minded.
Well, yeah.
yeah, cause like, a lot of the previous dumb ones that were loyal like Tidal Wave are just this character of stupid engine of destruction that don't do anything. Lugnut is yeah, he worships Megatron. He's fanatical in a religious sense.
Yes. And he has a quote later in the episode that basically sums up his character. I believe only 2 things. The Decepticons will rule Cybertron, and Megatron will rule the Decepticons.
Yep, that's pretty much him.
Except it sounds much cooler because it's David K. doing like a robot voice.
Yes. Doing like a big dumb robot voice.
Yes.
Which is still, it doesn't sound like David K to me. Even knowing it's him, it just doesn't.
I mean, K's all over these shows. He's very good.
'Cause he's acting.
He
Versatile.
has more range than I thought he did.
Yeah, he has a lot of range, and it's just he's not asked to use it that often.
Mm-hmm.
And it's here that they mention that they were the ones who hired Lockdown. And Lugnut hates Lockdown because I guess he's mercenary and Lugnut believes only in fanatical devotion to Megatron.
Yeah, I mean, he basically, like, said that, basically, I guess, kind of called him a heretic, but more like, you know, he said that he was, I guess the idea being that being a mercenary is shameful and you should be following the Decepticons out of devotion and not material recompense.
Right, I mean, presumably Lockdown would work for an Autobot if they paid him enough.
Yeah. And that's just not appropriate.
I mean, that's inconceivable to Lugnut.
Yeah. So yeah, he does not like Lockdown, but that's okay because Lockdown is not in this episode.
No. So back on Earth, Ratchet unfortunately discovers that Detroit, even in 2050, is still Hockey Town.
Oh yeah, hockey has crossed over from real life into the show.
Aww.
Which is like a recording schedule. Recently,
I mean, this isn't the first time we've seen Transformers playing sports. There's that one episode.
No, but is this the first time we've seen hockey? I think it is.
I think it's the first time we've seen hockey, despite 2 shows being produced in Canada.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, they were set before the existence of hockey.
Unfortunately, yes.
Hockey's everywhere.
And I mean, it makes sense. Detroit is a big hockey town. So much so that they call it Hockey Town, even though there's a reason that Toronto has the Hockey Hall of Fame, Detroit, but nice try.
Well, Hall of Fames are in strange places for sports. I think I've driven by the Baseball Hall of Fame and wondered, why is it there?
Well, Cooperstown isn't it, at least via some reports, like the site of the first baseball game?
Sure.
Like around the Civil War or something. And then I have no idea where the football or basketball halls of fame are, but Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto, and I've been there.
Oh wait, no, it was the Basketball Hall of Fame I drove by.
Anyway, so Sari is playing street hockey with the Autobots. Amusingly, Bumblebee is using a stop sign as a hockey stick.
Yes.
I love
And-
that Bumblebee is, and then Bulkhead is just using a regular human-sized hockey stick.
I know. It's hilarious.
Aw.
It looks like a toothpick.
It's adorable. He wants to do it the right way.
I mean, listen, you can have a non-regulation stick as per your height. They let Zdeno Chara have a stick the size of a redwood because he's a human Frankenstein. It's like 7 feet tall. He's huge.
Yeah. Scary.
And also his name is Zdeno Chara. I think he's the product of like some Soviet-era superhuman breeding program.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh.
Well, they already had Ivan Drago for boxing. They needed one for hockey.
Anyway, Bumblebee makes like Austin Matthews, but unfortunately, a trash bot makes like Terry Sawchuk and makes a big save.
I'll assume that's a good joke. I was just thinking the goalie is trash.
I like David's better. I'm sorry.
Well, that does remind me of a trash can related hockey anecdote.
Oh no.
Oh?
So in one of their early seasons, the Washington Capitals were the worst team in hockey, and it was like
Yes.
halfway through the season before they got a road win.
I think that was when I was living in that
So
area.
when they finally won one, they took one of the garbage cans from the arena and paraded around the dressing room like winning teams do after they win the Stanley Cup. They dubbed it the Stanley Can.
Good job. Good job, them.
And Alex has just brought to our attention that the Transformers Wiki, if you look for hockey on it, it redirects to the page on Canada.
That's a pretty good one.
It's appropriate.
Accurate.
So, unsurprisingly, this trash bot is not supposed to be playing goalie. And it turns out this was Sari cheating at hockey via her Allspark key.
Why? She's the worst person to give this, like, all-powerful thing to.
Especially after last episode. Like, they may not have been written in the right order, but Soundwave was last episode, and all the chaos that came out of that from overpacked things, including remember the giant garbage cans?
So,
Yes.
to be
All
fair,
recycle.
Okay, they were awesome when they played music, but
to be fair though, Ratchet does get on her case about it.
Yes.
Spoilers, later in the episode, the God Box gets on a case about it.
Just maybe could you stop?
And even if this wasn't tremendously irresponsible, don't cheat on hockey.
That's just not
I mean-
right.
Kind of impressive she found a way to.
yeah.
Anyway, and also it's the future, so they should have been using one of those glowing pucks they used on Fox Sports in the mid-90s. See, they thought Americans wouldn't be able to follow the game, so they made the puck glow blue.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the puck is damn tiny when they have the distance shots. It kind of
I mean, the puck is black, the ice is white, what more do you need?
It's tiny and it goes really fast. And sometimes the cameraman can't keep up.
I mean, I approve of any post-production decision made in sports to make them look more like Tron.
Same.
Anyway, so while this is going on, the key very helpfully points out that two large glowing objects are speeding over the city and crashing into it.
And maybe you should go look into that, guys.
And indeed they do. Because it turns out that this is Bulkhead, I keep saying Bulkhead, Lugnut and Blitzwing, who've crashed into a construction site and are attempting to find out from the construction workers where Megatron is.
They crash into a construction site full of construction workers wearing the generic G1 construction worker uniform.
I mean, at least
Because-
it's appropriate there.
It's great. Yes, that's true.
I can just imagine Derek White squeeing at drawing that as the design of these characters.
Yay, I get to use this.
I mean,
Also, I want to correct something. They are not asking the construction workers, they're asking the construction equipment.
oh, right.
Yes.
Because they make the same mistake that the Autobots made in assuming that the mechanical life is the, sentient life on the planet.
And speaking of Budiansky, there's a very Budiansky feel to this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they're trying to talk to the things and there's a sight gag
Yes.
that just comes in like a wrecking ball because it is a wrecking ball.
One thing I do kind of want to unpack, two things. One, Megatron when he finally makes contact with Lugnut, but not Blitzwing because he's starting to get paranoid about other Decepticons.
Yes, after Starscream betrayed him, he's starting to think maybe he should not be so trusting.
Also, Blitzwing is more likely to blurt something out and maybe inform the Autobots that Megatron's around.
Yes, he said that Blitzwing seemed unstable. Which is entirely fair. Blitzwing is super unstable.
Lugnut doesn't have an inside voice.
Well, no, but everybody thinks that he's like a delusional maniac anyway.
Yeah.
Which is true, but...
And now he's actively being gaslit by Megatron.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I really do like the effect of Megatron starting to talk to him where the circuit board lights up and then Megatron's face shows up in a Decepticon sigil-shaped window.
And it's all sort of like distorted. That is a neat effect.
It's very, SNES dialogue box kind of thing.
Ooh, yeah.
It does seem like he is about to inform us that all of our base belong to him.
Well, I mean, it's true. All of our base belong to him.
So yeah, the Autobots get going there. They leave Sari behind, even though she wants to go, because, this is a battle between giant, terrifying space robots. Maybe stay home.
Yeah. Maybe go home. And Sari weirdly complains that that's just like they're acting just like her dad, which raises a weird question to me is she complaining that her dad is always sending her away? Or is she complaining that the Autobots and her dad are both saying the same thing, which is, please go to your home. With Jack being really sad that his daughter is no longer spending time with him.
I mean, I figure it's more like a thing where like some Dak's going to like meetings or like conferences and stuff, and he has to leave her behind to, be raised by her robot dog and her speak and spell.
Aw, that makes it way sadder. I was just thinking that she was just saying, you guys are sounding like authority. But it's way sadder
it works on multiple levels.
Do it in the context of her actual upbringing. Now I'm sad.
Well, I mean...
Well, she does show up in his lab all the time. He's like, he probably has shouted at her quite a few times, go home! I'm at work.
Go home, which is like upstairs.
Go home where it's safe. Not in my lab.
Like seriously, do you remember that thing with the robot cockroach monster? I mean, presumably that stuff was happening all the time.
That was kind of the impression, yeah.
And not to mention, the various, supervillains of Detroit who are probably always trying to rob this place.
Yeah.
The robot secrets.
Those are the best secrets.
Anyway, so the Autobots get there, and there is a fight. And it is a pretty cool fight.
It is clearly being done on a shoestring budget, but it still ends up being really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not as good as the fights in the Nanosec episode, but it's still pretty good. They're trying lots of things, including a Thanos circus that doesn't quite look as awesome as it could.
What now?
When Lugnut shoots all the damn missiles.
Yes.
Okay, I have in my
and they just
notes
fly towards the target.
Anime missile thing. Ask David.
It's called an Itano Circus, named after the animator named Itano. Forget it. I think it was in Macross Circuit where it started, or at least where the term.
They would
came
definitely do that and that, yeah. Aw, Macross. So good. So good.
from. Oh yeah, Ichiro Itano. Yep, the director of that show.
Okay.
Macross. Makuros.
Yeah, he does that thing where he fires a zillion missiles.
Yes.
And all sorts of doors on him open up to launch missiles. Like, most of his insides must be missiles. That's why he's not very smart.
That does seem to be the case. He is composed mostly of missiles and not thinking stuff.
like
We
the
get a
technique
little bulkhead
called
Lugnut fight, which I seem to recall they kind of had as like a Hulk versus Thing rivalry when they started the show, like in the character Bible, but I don't think they ever actually fought each other much.
They do fight a couple, at least once or twice more, I think, but yeah, it's not as big as it might have been intended
No.
to be.
I mean, kind of doesn't pair well between doing the whole one Decepticon as a threat and then having them be kind of on even footing.
No, although I guess Bulkhead is the one who's closest in size to a Decepticon,
Yeah.
although
But
Lugnut
can
is
you
clearly big.
imagine Bulkhead being rivals with anyone? He's too nice.
No, although we'll get, there's a bit I want to touch on in the next episode.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, Bulkhead he's the kindest of the Autobots, and also the strongest, but Lugnut still slaps him aside. And then they make the mistake of telling Lugnut that Megatron is dead.
Bumblebee tells him he
No.
turned into a fireball somewhere above Cleveland, and you're off by one dead city, Bumblebee.
Well, I mean, maybe Cleveland, if Detroit is now, the robot capital of America, maybe Cleveland is like the bioengineering capital of Ohio or something.
Yeah.
Or it's where they make flying cars.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Rotary
Cleveland.
cell phones.
I love that rotary cell phone.
Anyway, this turns
I
out to
love
be
that
the
it's-
exact wrong thing to say to a fanatical robot who is the size of a duplex. And so he activates what was later dubbed the punch of kill everything.
Or the poke.
So he transforms his arm into a thruster, fires it at the
and
ground,
his
and it
fist
creates...
into a nuke.
Yes.
Yeah, it's another very anime thing that, well, actually I can't think of anything specifically that does do that, but elbow thrusters are happened before.
I'm almost positive there's at least one Super Sentai robot that does a jet thruster powered punch or kick.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar.
So this takes out everybody, both the Autobots and the Decepticons. And Blitzwing is upset because he did not warn him before he did it.
I like that it implies that this is a recurring problem.
Yes.
I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Give me some warning before you use the punch.
Pretty much exactly like that, yeah.
So this is finally when Megatron, he says, okay, Lugnut is obviously insanely devoted to me. I will immediately begin gaslighting him.
Yes.
Well, definition of gaslighting is weird. He's actually talking to him. Lugnut started gaslighting him.
I guess Blitzwing is gaslighting him, although by all standards he should believe that Lugnut is insane.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah, but,
gaslighting would
he's
be if
yelling at
Megatron
him.
was lying to him. Megatron
Yeah.
is not lying to him.
On the other hand, he is selectively giving out information to people to create this kind of misconception, so. But yeah, it's technically not a lie.
Oh, no. Megatron is gaslighting, Sumdak.
Well, yes,
Oh yeah,
that's true.
that's true.
That's entirely true.
He's telling some of the truth, but he's lots of lies of omission and sticking with that. It's like, no, that's
Well,
not
no, see,
what's happening.
let me give you a perfect definition to explain properly what gaslighting is. Because the point of gaslighting, whether consciously on the part of the person doing it or not, is to make you question your own assumptions and reality. So for instance, the repair center I've been working with for this video card of mine that has broken, that keeps sending me video cards that it says are fixed but are not, they are gaslighting me because they are trying to make me believe that I am wrong in thinking that it's broken or that the problems may be with my motherboard. They're lying to me in hopes of manipulating me into questioning my own perception of the situation. That's what gaslighting is. I'm very angry about this. I wrote an essay about this, and people should look at my Twitter and read it. It was pretty good.
It was.
Thank you. So yeah, I wouldn't say that necessarily what's going on here is gaslighting on anyone's part. It's not really it's not really lying to manipulate.
Yeah, it's a convenient term, but it's an overused term, and I really should read the original story it was in, but I can't remember what the hell it was called.
It was called Gaslight.
Was?
Yes.
Oh.
It was a movie.
It's a
Okay.
Hitchcock movie, I believe.
Old black and white movie.
But I think we're losing sight of what's important here, which is Jet Tank!
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Cause, the Megatron tells Lugnut, I'm alive, and you should find me at some point or something. I need the key.
And so
Get out of there right now, cause you're being bothered by Autobots.
Yes, and he flies off.
And he starts talking to himself, and Blitzwing's like, wait, what? No, let's kill the Autobots first. No, we must obey Megatron. And Lugnut just bear hugs Blitzwing and flies out of there.
Yes, he just grabs him and takes off. Nope. We're gonna go find Megatron
The master calls.
So they fight in midair and end up crashing into a military base very conveniently.
As is per usual.
And the cops are en route, led by Captain Fanzone.
Of course. And then he does my favorite thing that he does, which is using a bullhorn in a situation where a bullhorn is entirely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I do have an issue with this whole situation of the Decepticons scanning these vehicles and hiding among them.
What is that problem?
That problem is, okay, why are the police responding first on an active military base before the military? And also, how does the military not notice an extra multi-million-dollar jet or two?
I mean, I guess they weren't there for long.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't long enough for anyone who should know what was happening to show up and say, hey, that shouldn't be there.
I mean, they might wonder why they have a purple one all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yes, a giant purple sort of World War II style bomber.
Yeah, so Lugnut scans this big World War II style bomber. And, Blitzwing, one personality wants to scan a jet, another one wants to scan a tank.
And the crazy one is that girl from the Taco Shell commercial.
Why not both .gif?
Yes.
Pineapple, apple, pineapple, apple. That's another meme, anyway.
Because yes, remember these guys are toys and we gotta sell them.
Yes. It is important.
This does make you wonder, was Blitzwing a triple changer beforehand?
That is a good question.
The comics that kind of serve as a prequel to the series suggest yes.
Oh.
And I guess if you're a triple changer, I guess you don't have to be a triple changer. Presumably you could just use one mode. Two modes.
Or he could have just scanned one mode and kept his other mode as his Cybertronian mode.
Yeah, never thought of that. And I guess some of the, Generation 1 triple changers probably are like that, because there's one Earth mode and then one mode that we absolutely could not make into anything resembling an Earth vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, poor Broadside.
Yeah. Yeah. They tried.
They didn't try very hard.
I mean, even, now with that new Broadside, he turns into a pretty good aircraft carrier and something that can only be very generously be called a jet.
It looks even less like a jet than his G1 self did.
And his G1 jet mode is basically an aircraft carrier turned upside down with wings and a cockpit on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not good.
It's not convincing.
That new one comes with teensy aerial bots.
Yes!
So there's that.
Such good touch.
I want them. They're so good.
Oh, I have them and I'm gonna lose them. They're so tiny.
I would never lose them. That's a lie. I would lose them. No, I wouldn't. I would love them.
Anyway, the Autobots, they get back to base and they figured, okay, Decepticons are here. The jig is up. We gotta fix the ship, and get the Allspark and ourselves out of Dodge. And to fix the ship, they're going to need the Allspark key. But Sari is not having any of this because, as we noted previously, she kind of has no friends, except for the Autobots, and they are going to go to space.
Poor kid.
Yeah. Well, she's a small child, but she's also extremely ageist against Ratchet.
Well, he's all crotchety.
Well, I guess he's ageist against her being he calls her a protoform.
Yeah, she calls me a grumpy old bot. She's competing with, I just want a movie where Ratchet and Walter Matthau are both vying for the love of Anne Margaret. Like Maine or wherever that movie takes place. Burgess Meredith is there for some reason, possibly as Globulus. In that Hasbro shared universe.
Yep. Getting it all going.
He's just his grumpy old man character, except he's like a snake man with a lobster growing out of one eye.
Yes.
So Prime is all, hey, you two obviously are not getting along, work together. That's why he's Optimus Prime and you're not.
Yes.
And then we cut back to Lugnut and Blitzwing, who are on one of the city's ever-present hover billboards.
Which, I have so many questions about this scene. It's very short, but how is Lugnut, let alone Lugnut and Blitzwing, standing on a sign on the side of a Zeppelin? And how is it staying in the air?
Those things are very strong, I guess.
Apparently.
Yep.
No!
I love that they're joyriding on an ad blimp.
They're a big bag filled with air that can barely hold themselves up.
To be fair, it
They
did
don't
look a
have
lot
much
closer
weight.
to the skyline than would normally be safe, so.
Yeah, but well, so are the ones in Batman the Animated Series. They never go that high.
Also, they never have giant robots on them.
Yeah, like, there's so much more mass in those robots than in the rest of the Zeppelin.
It's true.
So yeah, they're just watching the city below, and Megatron tells Lugnut about the Allspark key, and they have to go get it. And so they do. So the Autobots are headed off to scenic Lake Erie. We hear the plaintive call of a loon. And they're about to get in, but yeah, Blitzwing and Lugnut get there first. And before they can even drive under the lake, Blitzwing freezes it solid. Or at least, not solid, but he freezes a very large layer of ice on the top of it, so sucks to be those loons.
That's pretty massive.
And I'm surprised at the restraint of the writers. Like, there weren't that many ice puns in this episode, and there so could have been.
Especially with Blitzwing having an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
The Iceman cometh.
Yeah, he did, I think, 2 heat puns, but only 1 ice pun?
Chill out.
Cool party.
Maybe that personality is just too chill to make those jokes.
That does seem like a possibility. Honestly, that Joel Schumacher movie it gets way too much shit for not actually being all that bad.
I kind of enjoy it.
It's not any worse than the Batman movies that came before it, really.
I mean, I still think Burton movies are better.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
No.
Tim Burton.
I mean, that's that's still doing good movies, Tim Burton.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it's like...
Back before Johnny Depp had to be in every movie he made.
Yeah.
Somehow Johnny Depp not playing Batman in those.
Well, that was kind of before they began their bro friendship for life.
Well, he was in Edward Scissorhands before that.
Yeah, but, like, I think that was the only movie they were together for, and then they came back later for something and just
Everything.
stuck like glue.
Yeah,
Before-
I guess he was in Beatles, or I guess Michael Keaton's in Beetlejuice. Is there an alternate universe where Michael Keaton is just in every Tim Burton movie?
And he's like the attractive guy who's attractive,
I mean,
even though he's Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, we're in the better Michael Keaton universe. He went on to some better movies. Well, Birdman.
And also, does that mean that there's, like, in this alternate universe, there are, like, 5 movies where Michael Keaton is playing a drunken pirate?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, that would be fun.
Anyway, so this
That sounds
ice
more
planet-
interesting than Whoopi Mad Hatter as Michael Keaton.
Yeah. I mean, how many late Tim Burton movies are just Tim Burton mashing his Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter action figures together and making smooching noises?
So many.
At least half a dozen.
The most awkward, drawn-out proposal to have your best friend get in a threesome with your wife.
Which, you know, that's messed up. I do like Sweeney Todd, though. One of the rare musicals I like.
Good movie. Anyway.
Anyway, so
Robots.
this freeze in the lake planet almost works, but unfortunately, Lugnut has to blunder in and carve open a gaping ice hole.
Like this ice is like 20 feet thick here. It's,
Like he created a glacier.
yeah. it's-
Lake Erie's ecosystem is doomed.
Yeah, like Autobots are falling off it because it's so high up, and it's crazy. It's kind of big.
So yeah, the Autobots plunge in, Ratchet gets to the ship, and Lugnut and Blitzwing end up fighting the rest of the Autobots, who, Prime drives super fast, creating a underwater dirt tornado.
And also killing the encoding on my copy of the episode.
Yeah.
That seemed like a very Headmasters make up some stupid power thing. Although I guess it is kind of G1 that you spin in a circle, it's going to make a whirlwind or a tornado.
Yeah. Also, no one understands how underwater fight physics work.
Kinda, yeah, but at least
Also, like G1.
the entire purpose to that from Prime was to stir up the silt and make it cloudy, which it would do.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fair.
And, I mean, because, Lake Erie is, presumably this is, after decades of Lake Erie cleanup, this water isn't dissolving them, as it would have in, say, the 70s.
Oh. Well, Lugnut would have set it on fire on contact.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Well, episode's over, and also the Midwest is uninhabitable. Solid day's work.
Good job.
Time for us to all move to Indiana.
A fate worse than death.
Now we can move to Pawnee.
How many shipwrecks are at the bottom of Lake Erie?
I don't know if there are that many. I know it's Superior, it said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
Yeah.
God damn it.
They sort of land by a ship and all the Autobots that are in the fight tuck themselves into a little corner of the ship, which is a nice visual gag. They'll just sort of squeeze in there.
It says there are approximately 2,000 shipwrecks in Lake Erie.
Well, depends how they're defining ship, because this is a big, tanker.
I mean, there are a fair number of 20th century shipwrecks there. Like a lot of barges.
I mean, I thought there was only one shipwreck, and he was in G.I. Joe.
But he's not in Lake Erie. That's a different
man, that's where he's got demoted to by 2050. He's just an old Jack Nicholson impersonator, running a tugboat.
That's sad. That is very sad.
It's a real pain. I've gone through 5 polys. Turns out parrots don't live very long in Michigan winters.
That's just sad now.
Sometimes Deep Six sends me postcards. They signed him to Florida. Anyway, so while this fighting is going on, Ratchet and Sari are on the ship. She storms off because she's still mad about them leaving. And she comes up with the bright idea that she's just gonna tear wires out of the ship, until it can't fly.
Sorry, you obnoxious little gremlin.
Seriously, she's the worst kid. She's just gonna tear things up.
How old is she supposed to be?
8. They say in the next episode
Oh.
that she's 8.
Okay, that kind of makes sense for annoying, precocious little 8-year-old. But yeah, she's setting up the sabotage and ripping cords out, and then the Key's having none of that.
Yeah, that Key can't stand it, and it knows she planned it. It's gonna set it straight, this water gate.
Okay.
That's sabotage.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember all the words to it. I haven't heard it in like
Listen
10
all
years.
y'all. It's a sabotage.
That's the only part I remember.
Now I'm just remembering, am I crazy for thinking this, but at one point there was a sketch about William Shatner covering that and insisting on pronouncing it sabotage. Or am I getting like 2 or 3 things confused?
That sounds familiar. I can't think of where I heard it, but
Oh,
it might have been Shatner himself.
I think it was Shatner saying sabotage.
I mean, that's a bit from, like, they recorded an outtake from the 60s Star Trek where an assistant director is trying in vain to get him to pronounce sabotage like a human. You say sabotage. You say sabotage. I say sabotage. And I think they ended up giving the line to Nimoy or something.
Tomato.
Anyway, so yeah, as previously mentioned, God Box, pulls the Key towards, the wall where it fixes these wires, and then gives her a terrifying image of Megatron.
And then for good measure builds a Megatron.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not even like a glowing thing, it looks like a fully reanimated Megatron.
Yeah, which is weird. Like, can it do that?
I mean, it's
Did it
God
just do
Box,
that?
Come on. It can do whatever it wants.
I guess the Allspark can do pretty much anything, but like, all its previous things, it's shown her been like holograms.
It even shows like a hologram of Megatron's head first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this freaks her out so bad that she actually opens the airlock and almost drowns. Which makes me wonder, was the Allspark trying to get her to kill herself?
I
Like, whoa,
mean,
she's
it's
just using me to animate, like, garbage cans and toys. Maybe this'll end up, with somebody less weird. Start over.
So harsh.
But anyway, Ratchet finds her first, and she does not die.
Good.
And then Ratchet explains that, I've become very fond of this planet. And we only want to leave because we want to save it. So, no
It's all
bitching and all, but
feelsy.
gotta do it.
It's all
So
feelsy.
So it's here that Ratchet, he starts talking to the ship, which, is a clue for something that's gonna come later.
Foreshadowing.
Yay!
And, it was originally a military ship, and they decommissioned it, when, the war ended. But all the weapons are still there, they just have to turn them back on.
Yeah.
So Lugnut has, transformed into jet mode, and, used his thrusters to blow away the silt. But this is just in time for Ratchet and Sari to reactivate the giant turret on top of this, and blow the Decepticons into oblivion.
Oh, it's such a nice little scene, because Lugnut says something, I think he says slag really quietly before the beam hits them.
Yes.
And,
Yes, he does.
and it comes blasting out of the ocean like a Macross cannon. Just nearly vaporizing them, or breaking them down into their component toy parts.
Yes.
You have to screw them back together.
So back at base, Sari is fixing Bumblebee, who got smacked around by the Decepticons. And, well, he asked for a little customization with the Key. She gets all Ratchet on him, complete with, like, bags under her eyes.
Yeah, that's disturbing. Ratchet's face on her
Such
body.
a good impression.
It's pretty good.
It's a good impression, but like the bags under the eyes, it looks wrong.
And Ratchet says that, even with the Key, the ship is still super busted, so we're not going for a while.
Yeah. We had a plot, but don't expect it to advance anytime soon.
I mean, it advanced a little, and it's about to advance even more, cause, back on Lake Erie, the various components of Lugnut and Blitzwing are still bobbing around.
Give me your hand here. Leg. How about a pelvis?
And and Lugnut is pleading for Megatron's forgiveness.
Aw.
And they do get some help, but it's from Starscream.
Ah!
We have not seen since the pilot, and he says that he'll fix them in exchange for their undying loyalty.
So they're just gonna laugh at him, right?
Yeah, it fades to black, and then I imagine they immediately start laughing.
I mean, they're
No.
various disembodied pieces. They don't really have a lot of choice here.
Yeah, but Lugnut.
Lugnut, yeah, I can't imagine how Lugnut would agree to this under any terms.
I remember that they don't know that Starscream betrayed Megatron.
Guess.
Well, still, swearing fealty to another god, lord, king, just doesn't seem
God
like
Emperor.
a Lugnut thing to do, yeah.
Starscream's just a giant worm.
Ugh.
And, that is the episode. It does a good, does a reasonable job of moving pieces into place where they're going to be for the season finale.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Brings us back to a couple very fun Decepticon characters.
Yes, fun antagonists. And the whole plot with Sari being irresponsible is a little overblown, and I think this might be the last time they do, Sari being super careless with the key.
I hope so.
About time. Yeah.
Because she's the most mischievous so far in this episode.
Yeah.
And that's including inciting a robot revolution last episode?
I mean, that one was at least not entirely her fault,
I guess.
but still not great.
Not really the best thing to have done.
So, I enjoyed it just fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like the Blitzwing Lugnut thing. They're a good
duo.
pair.
And I think they continue to sort of be those two Decepticons for the rest of the series.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, even when Megatron's back, they end up paired together a lot.
I mean, I guess they're kind of the two, normal Decepticons who aren't part of another subgroup or are trying to betray him or anything. They're just, I need two guys to do something. I'll send those two guys.
They could be named Rank and File.
So we will be back next week, but until then, you can find us all over the internet. We are on Tumblr, we're on Twitter, and we're on Facebook.
And we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help fund hosting and equipment for this and our news show, Iacon Underground Radio. You can find that on patreon.com/iaconunderground.
And of course, you can find us you can find us on both iTunes and on Google Play, wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. And wherever you do, please rate and review us. And if you want to write into us, then please write into the Maxim mailbag at stasispodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So please join us next time when we submit to the laws of evolution and watch Survival of the Fittest. Until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
Night.
闇の彼方静寂を引き裂き星の眠り呼び起こすのはノイズだほら目の前弱な魂たち行け場はないまっすぐに受け止めろさまた身のワヒヤそれを処理して僕らは意識組み替えるその手を強く握り互いの絆信じて戦えその
never actually been out there for this long before.
Well, the Game Gear?
A what now?
Oh, no.
Gear, what is this,
Game Boy!
1995?
Well, I had a Game Gear first, so my brain defaults to that as handheld system.
I mean, my sister's Game Gear might still be there in a box somewhere.
Pod is ready.
The pod is ready.
This episode title is kind of not related to the episode.
I mean, stuff is lost and then also found, kind of.
Not really.
And then it's found.
Usually when there's something lost and found, there's something someone is looking for.
I mean, they're looking for Megatron.
Yeah, but... Okay, so Megatron is sitting in a
We can get into
cardboard
this during the
box
show.
with some keys,
Yeah.
and this can be an outtake?
Didn't want to say it on the episode because it does spoil the foreshadowed thing, but does that technically mean that Blitzwing and Lugnut could survive fighting Darkseid? Because they totally survived an Omega Beam.
Oh.